Today is February 17th. All the Yankees have reported to camp. We went down and checked in on them. So far, everyone's healthy. Knock on all the wood.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy. John Boy and Jay. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes.
No Joes.
Your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy. John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy. John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We've got BBD behind the dish. We returned from Tampa yesterday, and we saw a lot of healthy Yanks. Unbelievable. One stiff neck, but he overcame it. Yeah, he's back already. Jake, you look great. How do you do?
James, Davis, Ellie, everyone tuning in, we thank you. Happy spring. Yeah, man, it was good. It was good to be down there. First of all, weather-wise, it was kind of perfect. Actually.
It was very nice.
I know we're going to tease it a little more, but the second ever Tasty took place, and the weather was literally perfect.
Yeah, it was.
Eerily perfect.
A little overcast.
But in a perfect way.
It's true.
It was good being down there. We might have went a day or two too early. The position players reported on our last day there, which reporting is literally you can wave and go.
They come in, they get their
at
medical,
you.
and they leave. That's what Belly and Stanton and a lot of those guys did. But all the World Baseball Classic position players were there in full swing, which is kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
They were doing live BPs, and all of the hitters were all the guys leaving. It was Judge, Goldie, Caballero, Jazz, Rosario,
Wells,
and then all the catchers because they're there.
They're there.
They're there. They
That's
had to
the
report
pitchers.
pitchers and catchers.
You're either
so I'm
pitching
an
or
expert
catching.
on all the catchers now. They all look somewhat alike, the ones that we don't know. Ali Sanchez has a bigger beard. Peyton Henry has a real diced up, nice-looking beard, like he just came from the barber. And the other guy whose name continues to evade me, and I've been saying Abna, which is not it.
No, not even close to Abna. Abraham Gutierrez.
No, not that guy. It's not that name. He's got a...
Palma.
Palma, yeah.
Miguel
I knew at
Palma,
least started with
yeah.
an A. He's got a baby face, so I'm an expert.
And he's short.
And he's shorter, yeah.
He's in our flight zone. Yeah, and they did a couple drills, and it is a couple great days to be down there. We got to see some good Talkin' Yanks people. It was great to see you. And yeah, it's just they were doing the catcher pop-up drills, and that was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Because it's just a fun game.
It's an awesome drill.
Just a fun game. They were doing 2 balls. They started doing 3 balls.
Yeah.
That was fun. And the guys didn't do great, which was kind of like a nice human moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's also it's a minor league stadium without the the third deck, and the wind comes into play. We saw... Who hit that pop-up off Freed?
Is it Goldie?
Goldie hit a pop-up that would have been in the second section at the stadium, but the wind was able to bring it all the way back into fair territory. Minor leaguers, tougher to field at a minor league stadium, I guess. I don't know. I've never done it. We have a vlog coming out next week, later this week.
Updates.
So unless there's really, really big news, there won't be a podcast episode on Thursday. It'll be the behind-the-scenes vlog of everything and the guys we chatted with. We also have the second ever Talkin' Yanks annual Spring Training Invitational coming out, Jake versus Joe's.
It's going to be a little bit. Zach's in the lab chef in that one.
Yeah, and if you're interested in other teams, Chris Rose and Jolly Olive are out in the West Coast. They got a bunch of players yesterday, and they're going again today. And then Swilly is going to go out there and do a whole tour of the minor league spring training facilities as well. So there's just tons of spring training content coming out across John Boy Media.
If you're thirsty for baseball, we've got it leading up to, especially the WBC is going to be crazy. And Jim, I know it's one of your favorite things to do, and sometimes we forget. Why don't you give the people the rundown of what's coming this episode?
Oh. Well, first we got the spring training check-in. So there's some audio sound bites that we're going to listen to. I've read them, but I haven't heard how they're said and respond. And then there's I don't know if we're going to get to all of them, but obviously the run-it-back Yanks. Every player was asked about that. Judge, healthy. Dominguez, AAA, the quotes about that. Carlos Lagrange stole the show with his pitching and his pronunciation guides. Jake Bird, awesome article. I think Cuddy wrote it about Jake Bird because that's a name that I totally read off. Yeah, ABS challenge system. We talked to Booney about that. Stan's healthy. Ryan Weathers scaring me. More on that later.
Oh.
And Blackburn, huge update for Blackburn. Might not get to it, but it's the end of the show. Might be while the outro song's playing, I give you the Blackburn update.
I saw it live.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a nice hallway exchange. I think
you
I was
did?
solo, yeah.
I was talking to some people who were like, didn't know who it was. So that's a teaser
That's a tease.
in the biz. Right now, we're going to the spring training check-in brought to you by SeatGeek, where we have some videos to react to. So thank you to SeatGeek,
Thanks, SeatGeek.
where you can use code
SeatGeek.
Yanks 2026.
Yanks
Yanks 2026
At SeatGeek.
At SeatGeek. Okay, what do we got, Beebs?
First one is Judge talking about what he wants to improve this year. Last thing I added to the show before we got going.
Hey.
When you say every spring that there's something new that you're working on, you want to get better in a certain area, whether it's stolen bases or arm, or what, is there something this year that you feel that's a little lacking in your game you need to improve?
Definitely base running's on my mind this year a lot. I saw a lot of guys around the league with 40, 30 bases that you don't usually normally expect to be running that much, especially with how the game's changed with the pickoffs and the pitch clock. I think that's one way we can utilize, or at least I can utilize some of my skills a little bit more, get in scoring position, because with the lineup we have, is probably the best offense in all baseball last year. If I can find a way to get myself in scoring position, if they're going to walk me or do something, then some good things are going to happen.
Wow, 60-60 at the end.
Can we get that freeze on his final smile?
Yeah.
Because he went with the frown smile at the end, which was just unjudgian. So it's a step before that. He finishes, big smile, big smile. What's that?
A little smirk. He's trying to hold in his smile, and then he can't.
I can't
Can't
say the
overcome.
name Soto, but
Who else is on the 30-40 steals list? I know
It was
Naylor and Soto.
those are really the two. There's a couple other that you're like, oh, but
Yeah.
Soto and Naylor are the two shockers.
Yeah, and they think the Mets kind of really cracked a code that other teams are trying to figure out there. I don't know. I don't really – if he's stealing in the way Soto stole, where it was kind of like easy,
Right.
not like sprinting, like kind of stealing on the circumstance, not stealing on the catcher.
Yeah.
If people understand what I'm saying, then sure. But I don't want him trying to outrun throws and like having to slide and get hurt. There's no reason for Judge to get hurt stealing. So if they do figure it out and he can, like he's saying, if you're going to walk him
Right.
and now he can get to second in certain scenarios, yeah, sure. I don't need him chasing 20 bags. 30
Yeah,
bags.
I don't clap back. That's normally where I live, but no hands. But for Judge, it's a little contradictory because he's like, we had the best offense.
Yeah.
So I get what he's saying. Like
Hitting.
he can improve on something, and we've seen Judge be able to steal bases, but he's kind of in a sweet spot. Like Judge is if they need a bag or the other team goes sleepy, he'll go get it. I guess for me and Judge, if you go through his history, and I remember this used to be, Dan Rourke used to be legendary on Twitter defending Judge's health because all the injuries weren't reoccurring injuries.
Yes.
They were all like freaky deaky
Yep.
things that Soto, besides being one of the best hitters ever, is also as durable as a baseball player comes. That for Judge, as he enters his age 34 season, like I get it. And it's an interesting league trend and all that, but no. No.
Try it out twice.
Like I think it's cool in those moments. Well, Judge, 12 steals, 5 caught last year. Not great.
Not great. If he can do it early in the season, cold weather. Okay, on the road.
On the road, early in warm weather.
And you got to pick on like the catcher and the pitcher. That's perfect.
Right.
And just make the league think, because Toronto just intentionally walked him all the time.
Yeah.
If now they're like, oh, wait, but now he can get to second. Now we're going to put a runner in scoring position for the 4-5, 3-4 hitter, whoever it is behind him. If we can do it early and make it a thought, sure. But I don't need it. But also, the guy's so good.
Right.
When you ask him what he needs to improve on, all he's doing is looking at a stat he doesn't do well in. And he's like, I guess base running.
That's
What else could he say?
It's a great like I jumped to triples, which he hit one off Weathers at spring training. But that's also base running essentially, because that's just hitting the ball really hard, and he's the best at that.
Yeah, he is. We also have another Judge quote that a little like got the fans. He was defending the fans.
What was the offseason like for you, just waiting to see what the front office was going to do? And then obviously with Cody, going into January, not knowing whether he was going to be back or not and how important he is to this team.
It was brutal. I'm like, I see a lot of free agents out there. I see a lot of guys that, like the Bellingers, the Grishams, the Goldschmidts, like, let's sign these guys right now and then start adding more pieces, because I'm seeing other teams around the league get better. They're making trades. They're signing big prospects or big players. And, we're sitting there for a while, kind of making smaller moves. But, it was tough there in the beginning. But I think once we solidified getting Bellinger back, we got Trent being our center fielder, be our leadoff guy for another year. And then you had a guy like Goldie, some of the back end, bullpen pieces that we've been doing. I think we're being in a good spot. But the early on, it was pretty tough to watch. So I'm like, man, we're the New York Yankees. Let's go out there and get the right people, get the right pieces to go out there and finish this thing off, because we got a special group of players here. We got a good core, a good young core. So it was frustrating, but I think we're right where we need to be.
Did you express any of that to them?
But they took care of business. And I've voiced my opinion about a couple of guys, and Bellinger being one of the guys that he just adds a dynamic to this team that we've been missing for quite a few years. So excited he's back.
I mean, I like that he named all the players on the run it back Yanks. But there has to be other guys he wanted to go get. He's not going to say it, and it does no good him being like, I wanted Tucker, or whoever, whatever he's thinking. It's funny to just hear him.
That whole quote is funny.
Yeah.
Because
word of the New York Yankees, let's go out there and get the right people.
we know how calculated the Yankees and Judge are. For him to open with, it was brutal. Like, those are words we don't hear from Judge.
I know. It was, though.
Like, the Yankees could lose, like, a player could make 3 straight errors to lose the game, and Judge, he wouldn't even mention them.
Yeah.
That for him to open up and be like, it was brutal, bro. But he kind of, Trent was qualifying offer.
Yeah.
So that was done instantly. Goldschmidt was $1 million. What was his contract?
Final numbers $4 million.
And it was a
Incentives
backup.
can get it up to
And he
6.
says, we're doing all these smaller moves. Okay, Tim Hill,
Right.
Yarby, Blackburn, Rosario.
Right, that sneaky shots fired to land on Goldie again.
He wanted more. I wonder what he wanted, because he just said He just said Belly, and he said we got a good young core. They don't have a good young core.
Your reaction to that made me laugh.
They don't. I mean, and they're like specifically going against that this season, which I am a fan of. Bring in guys that have played like. Who's their good young core?
Right.
Wellesley's in year 4.
I'd have to but age, I think, like I would say 28 and under, I think you would consider like a young core. So he's looking at Wells, Rice, Volpe.
Rice counts.
I think like the group of starting pitching, including the depth, is like
pitching has a good side, but
pitching has an
offensively, young core. I think you'd say they haven't reached free agency yet in baseball speak.
Right.
And Rice is there, and Wells had a really, really tough year.
In a way, you could like Jazz.
That's not a core.
Jazz could count. Yeah.
The core of the team is Judge, Belly, Jazz.
For me, I'd have to. Yeah. No, I agree with that, and like. You'd have to compare that to other young cores around the league, and I think the Yankees on that front would lose, but that's because they have Judge and Belly.
I'm not
Stanton.
pining for a good young
exactly.
core. So just like, yeah, whatever.
I got excited about the pitching. We don't have to jump there, but I just need to get that off my chest.
Well, there was one other video that we're doing in the SeatGeek check-in. It includes a pitcher, and it was a bit of a surprise to see. And then they asked him about it. So let's. Do we have that or a new motion?
2 videos. Both are.
It's 2 vids.
Both are about pitchers, different guys.
Oh, nice.
Grande
Hello.
pronunciation.
So Gerrit Cole
On the mound.
in the gas station,
Stump Merrill watching.
and he's going hands over the head now.
Right.
They asked him how in his press conference, and it was a funny, kind of like, just like, it feels good. Why are you doing it? It feels good. But we talked, I poked around asking some other guys down at spring training, and they didn't have an answer, but they were like, there's like a scientific reason. If Cole's doing it,
Yeah.
He's read some literature on it.
He doesn't do things for no reason.
Maybe it helps keep his elbow stretched or loose or something, or maybe it's gonna just keep his whole body going. I don't know.
I agree with you. We know how calculated Gerrit is. I'd like to leave a 10% sliver, which is that's more than a sliver.
Yeah, it's a slice.
Those were like my carrot cake slices at spring training this year.
15.
That one slice was 5-0. It's a lot of carrot cake. Gerrit Cole, think about how bored Gerrit Cole's been.
Maybe he just watched like old pitchers like Scherzer, and he was like, "That's what I got."
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, think about if Gerrit can't throw, which is what he's done his whole life.
Yeah, he's just studying.
I think just bored. Like, oh, what if I do this?
Maybe he just watched every pitcher that was in the postseason and mimicked all of their deliveries until he found one that felt cool.
I think there's a board theory that could stand.
That's smart.
Yeah, with Gerrit, you'd lean there's a scientific blah, blah, blah. But normally, I mean, people got rid of those because it's just more movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It could be disrupting timing a little more.
If he's going to use it and then not use it. Also, this could go away like that.
Instantly.
Like,
It's
a lot
spring training.
of people do this stuff in spring training. The other topic as a pitcher, it's a bit of a saga that became a great storyline in the first couple of days of spring. And it actually starts last August when I asked Boone about my favorite minor league pitcher who's in pitching in Double-A, Carlos Lagrange, I thought, because Lagrange is the fun song. And Boone said to me, no, it's Lagrange. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's less fun, but I still like him.
Arguably still fun, just a different note.
Different type of fun.
Different note.
So then it came out before we went that it's actually Lagrange.
Like that was what they put in the pronunciation guide.
Yeah.
Right.
So Lagrange. And I was like, okay, this is very close. That's awesome. We can work with that. And then they asked CL, and he had a very funny interview response about how you pronounce his name.
Oh,
He's and we've also he's the darling of camp so far, right? Like he's the one
on the mound and on
and off
on the pronunciations.
And yeah, I think it's obviously some of the velo numbers are going to really excite people. And again, I forget who shared this, but I heard he doesn't mind the cameras and stuff, which it's a good place to be if you don't.
I think some of these videos will show that.
Yeah.
He's got a nice personality. Looking like Betances and Machado mixed.
Wow.
Can you tell us how do you say your name?
For Spanish people, is Lagrange. American people, Lagrange. But I like both.
You like both?
Yeah.
We've heard people
Like that.
Like that.
Like that.
But then the Yankees. This is a Yankees video, the drive-by pronunciation.
Hey, it's Lagrange.
See, but the way they're doing the pronunciation guide up there doesn't match what he's saying
Correct.
in the way my brain works, because they have it as Lagrange, and he's saying Lagrange.
Every
So it'd be
pronunciation
H-E-Y.
Every pronunciation guide has been given with letters that aren't good for pronunciation guides. Like that one should end in Y.
It should end in Y, because H-E-H is he.
Going back to the original one, that was off.
And he's saying hey. Lagrange.
Lagrange.
Yeah.
Lagrange.
Lagrange.
Joe's has been saying Lagrange, which kind of has the whole thing backwards.
All right. So that ends our SeatGeek spring training check-in portion of the show.
Good.
Use code Yanks 2026. The biggest takeaway, there's two big things. Everyone's healthy so far. People harped on that a lot, especially Judge, because Judge's elbow was a thing that we forgot about. Judge has been there early, and we saw him launch a bomb off Carlos Lagrange. But also, the quotes on his elbow are really good. Judge said they ran all the checks again, did all the tests. They said, you're good to go. I said, all right, when can I start throwing? It was good. He also admitted that there were tough moments during the year last season, and he's never dealt with any elbow stuff.
Yeah.
And he was concerned, but he was trying to do everything he can, which we saw. Like we saw, it was not great. He couldn't throw. But he was still playing.
Those quotes were kind of cool. And
Yeah.
it was funny you and I probably both had a head tilt moment the way Judge phrased that, because us, even Trevor Plouffe, our friend now, but as a former player, like whenever oblique stuff gets brought up, like he kind of lights up because he dealt with that, and he's like, especially that's one of the more tricky muscles that, as we do with anything in life, if you haven't experience with it, you could build off of it. That it was kind of like Judge kind of hides his human side sometimes. This was like a human moment from him. He's like, yeah, that was actually kind of weird.
Yeah,
like, I never dealt with that.
Yeah.
And he still did really good.
Mm-hmm. He did. There was some weird plays, remember?
I mean, that first
came
one.
back. Yeah, first one was.
That first one was as weird as it got. But
That was not good.
From going where we were to people dreaming Judge was going to be out for this year to him playing through it, and now looking like he's full tilt.
Yeah.
That's good.
And the second fun topic, which I hope it becomes a meme of the team in a great way, the run it back Yanks.
Right.
They asked everyone about that. We announced that Boone is coming back on the show.
Run it back.
Bantering with Boone, so we're running it back. I really wanted to use that caption as a jokes. We're joining the squad. Run it back. 2026, run it back. I guess you get to the postseason, you change that. Anyway, Jazz's quote was good. Jazz said, "We're running it back because at the halfway point, we thought we built a team that was going to the World Series, and we still believe that wholeheartedly. So I don't see a problem with running it back with 4 MVPs on your team." And that's a different world than like my brain lives, but that's fine. Like Goldie is an MVP, sure, but you signed him as a bench player, so you're not signing MVP Goldie. But I like the confidence, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be excited as we get further into, some player profile and projections this year to do the Cody Bellinger butter knife. And again, like if you go look at Cody Bellinger's page, it's a clear outlier that like he had injuries, he got over them, and now he's turned into the ball player he is now. Probably not MVP belly, especially with his outfield company, but we missed it in that Judge quote that we started the show with, that he was like, we've been needing a player like Belly for a couple years. It's like, yeah, pal. Yeah. Oh, one that plays defense and runs well, like knows how to play baseball. Yeah.
2-strike approach.
We agree.
Something.
Can hit lefties and righties.
I do think it's also a little funny, as part of the Yankees opening day PR package, that they're making a note of it, that it's very different, the team after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
The mid-year team is much different, which it is, and they deserve.
It's very different.
They deserve acknowledgement from it, but it is just funny that that's their when you say run it back. It's like, you guys are running back the same team. Yeah, we're running back the same team for midseason.
Yeah, the only problem is like Jazz said this a bunch last year that they really thought they were the team to beat, but like as biased diehard Yankees fans, I didn't think so. We didn't think so. We thought if they beat Toronto,
there's an elephant
they could
in the
have
room.
a shot, but we also didn't think they had a big chance of beating Toronto.
That's the elephant in the room, because it's like, it would be much different if they finished 94 wins and that was the same as the Seattle Mariners. And it's like, hey, we'll deal with them in a 5-game playoffs. And Rodon was hurt. Fried got rocked. What do you do? Like at that point, it's kind of Jover. But the Blue Jays, I was going to say busted their ass in the season. They kind of did. Mm-hmm. It's just not a phrase I use.
They definitely did.
But the Blue Jays busted their ass in the season, busted their ass in the postseason. And they arguably got better.
Yeah, they're dealing with some injuries. The rest of the league already is dealing with spring training injuries, so
it was pretty nuts, those first opening couple days. And yeah,
the Orioles have 3 pitchers that broke their hamate bone. Is that what I read?
Jackson Holiday.
Players.
I think it was 3. I think it was 3 significant hitters on the same day. It was Holiday, Corbin Carroll, and Lindor.
Oh wow.
And yeah, that was kind of funny. The baseball world, as we got introduced to it. Well, it was Benny. Who was before Benny? Hicks?
Florial.
Okay.
Hicks was wrist sheath.
Wasn't there a hamate before Benny, like back in the day, Yankees? Or was Benny our finding out? Benny was my finding out. I thought you had someone else in the chamber that had a hamate injury.
When Benintendi? Is that what you're saying?
Before Benintendi.
I probably did a lot of research when Benintendi got hurt and found someone, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny when we got introduced to him. We're like, what the hell is this? This is the little bone in the hand, and I think there's an article going around right now. Is like the little bone that's affecting baseball, the Jake Storielli autobiography. But I don't know. The Yanks are healthy. That is amazing. And yeah, I'm not sure if we want to start leaking into like I blurted out before. I'm getting more excited about the pitching. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims. ED doesn't mean your love life is over. It means it's just getting started with personalized treatment options to help you take back control. Thanks to Daily Meds. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self. Simple, 100% online access to trusted treatments for ED, more all in one place. This isn't one-size-fits-all care that forgets you in the waiting room. It's your health and goals put first with real medical providers, making sure you get what you need to get results. To get simple, online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/Yanks. That's hims.com/Yanks for your free online visit, hims.com/Yanks. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve, verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan.
Yeah, I'm excited about the team. Spring training.
Oh, yeah.
But I genuinely am. I mean, Stan's healthy. That's fun. They're already having to make a tough decision with Dominguez. They're starting to sound like they're going to. The pitching seems good.
Yeah. Do you want to do Dominguez or pitching?
We can do Dominguez. That was kind of a big storyline because I think for a lot of fans, they didn't realize that it was like actually going to be real.
Right.
And with the news that Stanton is fully healthy right now, those kind of go hand in hand. But anything can happen.
Right.
Obviously. We have World Baseball Classic. We have,
Spring.
even just a normal, like, hamstring, pulling a hamstring 2-week thing can change this pretty quickly. But Cashman talked about Dominguez, and he said, I would concede it's in his best interest to be getting everyday reps. We'll just have to wait and see how the spring shakes out. Dominguez said, obviously, I hear all of this stuff, but I try not to focus on that. A lot can happen. But he says they've got to do what's best for the team. Whatever decision they make, I'll be ready for.
Yeah, I think, Dominguez deserves some credit for currently handling this how he is.
Mm-hmm.
That can change if you're in Scranton Wilkes-Barre for 2 months and you're raking and someone in the Yankees outfield is not. But for a 23-year-old who has a certain level of swag to him, showing up with the avocado chain, a signature piece of his, and also just all the hype that he has dealt with, like pretty level-headed and dealing with this the right way. So, yeah, I feel like through the years in Talkin' Yanks, we've done the holy smokes. Like this is the only situation that the Yankees, that baseball and the baseball gods didn't really figure out. Well, there was two. There's Brandon Drury, who, oh my God, the life gods didn't help him at all there. And then Cameron Maybin, which was hilarious. And then it finally, did he get like banged up and they were like, oh, we can IL him and we're good?
On the day they had to make the decision.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess Austin Slater a little bit last year. So the baseball gods find a way to work out. And yeah, I mean, for Dominguez, we're talking about young core. We didn't mention him on the way through. Like, he's 23. He hit right-handed pitching really well last year, especially for someone his age. That, if he ends up in AAA, I don't think anyone flinches. And it's like, well,
it's fine. This is good.
Also, pro athletes don't like being embarrassed, and Dominguez's defense had embarrassing moments last year.
Yeah, and he has not had a lot of reps. He dealt with COVID, and then he dealt with Tommy John injury, right? He got Tommy John surgery. So when you look at his minor league numbers, he's very young, and he doesn't have the reps that you would think someone should have, especially because halfway through they realized they need to start playing him in left field. So he hasn't had the reps there. And he also hasn't had the reps as a righty facing lefty pitchers because there's just less than those. And the Yankees freely admit that. They're like, hey, there's a young kid who doesn't have a lot of reps. And so do fans. It's like, okay, so it really would behoove you to take a young kid who doesn't have any reps and make him your fourth outfielder and sit on the bench, or make him part of a platoon with two other lefties, Bellinger and Grisham, who are going to get most of the reps. So, yeah, it seems like he is going to start at AAA as soon as there's an injury. he's going to come up. But I hope, for the sake of development, he gets a 2 months, good chunk of time down at AAA, and feels great when he comes up.
Yeah, in a perfect world, everyone on the Yankees is playing great, and he's also playing great, and he's getting to face a lot of lefties, and the defense has improved, and the whole thing. And if we want to tie this to Volpe, it's what the minor leagues are supposed to be used as development, and go work on this. And that's even when Chad Green, after he became a stalwart in the bullpen for us, he came out, he had that horrendous April. He went down to AAA. He worked on it. He figured it out. He came back and was good. So, it's the whole point, and it's what we've gotten loud about different players at different times. If that happens, good, and Dominguez mentally is in a good place with it.
Yep.
I don't know, almost not a pessimistic side kicks in, but I would almost if there was DraftKings odds on it, I would probably bet Dominguez is on the opening day roster because something's going to happen. That's just how it works.
It also, and then Stan being healthy, Boone said that he usually slow plays him into games in spring anyway, so you might not see him that first week, but don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
He's good to go. But then Hoke said that the tennis elbow hasn't fully healed and it needs close monitoring, but right now it's good to go. I was trying to Google right now if tennis elbow is just one of those things that lingers forever, and it says no, it should go away, but it goes away on its own. But yeah, the most recent report is that it just needs to be monitored. But all the Stanton and Boone said he's fine.
I took a hero shot of Brian Hoke at spring training. I'll send this to the Talkin Yanks chat right now.
It's going to look good.
It's just iconic. It's just who he is. And it's always good seeing Brian Hoke. He fake pantsed me at spring training. So
you got.
True love is the soul's recognition of itself in another.
With Dominguez starting on the bench, Stanton at DH, it opens up a bench spot.
Dominguez starting in AAA.
AAA. It doesn't open up a bench spot.
It doesn't.
Because as long as Oswaldo Cabrera is limited still,
well, and
then it does, but then it would be a shortstop. It would be there. Oh, that is a nice shot. You took that?
Yeah.
That's really
it's
well
just
done.
happening right next to me.
It's really well done.
Yeah, and that's the other Cashman. I believe it was in one of the Cashman quotes that he mentions Oswaldo with the options. That it's going to be another interesting plot twist to this is Volpe's healthy-ish.
He can't dive.
Right.
And he can't swing.
And like we've said, and I think the Yankees, and I think everyone signed up for Volpe being on his own timeline. But yeah, we currently, I guess the same way people view Dominguez, a lot of Yankee fans love Oswaldo because of his personality, versatility, everything Oswaldo brings to the table. But yeah, if it's a week in and Volpe's popping baseballs or whatever, Oswaldo's then the odd man out.
Yeah, but also Oswaldo has the option, and if Zach Short, Paul DeYoung,
someone has a big camp, but because it's why lose it before you need to? Right.
They've done that with guys before. Florio was on the opening day roster, and then they got rid of him the next day.
Right.
And they did that with Cosma. They've done it with other people. More often than not, someone breaks camp as an NRI just because it gets them on the roster and it buys them some time, and then it might change. So if Oswaldo Cabrera has that option, they brought in a ton of shortstops that are kind of quadruple A or veteran. Paul DeYoung's not quadruple A, just older. But Zach Short, maybe one of those guys is the backup shortstop for the first couple. Jahmai Jones was on the team for 3 months, didn't play.
Schumann's got options too. That was the other player that got mentioned with Oswaldo. So again, that's different, but they like him.
Yeah.
And the person would just have to be able to play shortstop because Oswaldo's the backup shortstop along with every other position. And I don't know how well those other guys still hold up at shortstop.
Me neither.
DeYoung's played a lot of third base, and he's turns 33 this year.
Zach Short's got short in the name.
Zach Short has short in the name, so it's just instinctual.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a little pop in that back. We're too close to the situation. We live streamed a game with him 5 years ago.
Something like that. It was cool.
Bronx office.
It was cool. You want to talk about the pitchers? I mean, obviously, Lagrange. The reliever situation is optimistic. Might be because that's the situation that's searching for optimism. But I guess Weathers isn't a reliever. The Jake Bird stuff is cool. Lagrange stuff is cool. I don't think Lagrange is going to break camp with the team. It would take injuries. But
no, and they're going to keep him stretched out to become a starting pitcher. Like that.
Yes, which they should.
Well regarded in those fronts, and with his level of arm talent, you're going to flush that out until you need to. But he has been the darling of camp so far. 102 on the gun official. I think there was reported 103s on his side in his bullpen. Although people were saying that gun might be a little spicy.
Why not?
Because I think I asked someone about Cole's 96, and they were like, Cole looked good.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was 96. Cole looked good.
Ryan Weathers hit 98 on the gun.
But that's the not spicy gun. That's the real gun.
He sat 96 last year.
Right.
Now that's scaring me because I've just been weary of guys coming out hot too quick.
Right.
So if I'm Matt Blake, I'm tapping Weathers and be like, dude, hey, let's ease into this.
Right.
That was the Clark story a couple years ago.
up.
It's like, whoa, you don't need to be doing your PR.
You don't have to show off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weathers completely different body than I was expecting, and that's on me.
Yeah.
I don't think he was hiding anything, but the pictures with the long hair made me think he was like. I guess I just picture
a big oaf.
No, tall and skinnier.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
Yeah, he's thick.
Yeah,
he's a thick boy. No limits.
He.
It's going to be interesting. I'm very interested to see, on the yes broadcasted Yankees games this year to see what Weathers' different pitches look like. We get so obnoxious as Yankee fans. Me and Joe's McFly were watching Weathers from the dugout and chirping each other's ears, and he has like a little. In his natural throwing motion, he's got like a little hitch to it, like a little get me more, which is very like reliever action. And as obnoxious Yankee fans were dreaming about this team come October, and it's like, ooh, how could that potentially
Was it
look
Weathers and
later in the
Fried?
season?
Were they the tandem that we watched?
They were together, and then ERC came.
Yeah.
After.
Okay. So when we were watching Weathers, his top half moved quick. Like his arm speed was quick. Like he was chucking it where some other pitchers very smooth.
Like Fried is like one speed.
Smooth. Even Elmer Rodriguez, his motion was more fluent. He was hitting the high velos, but Weathers was like, "Oh, you're reaching back a little. Like you use the body." Nothing bad or good about this. It was just something like, "Oh,
yeah, he's got that little
tilt.
Little reach back for extra tilt." Yeah. But yeah, no, like the Ryan Weathers story can be a lot of, again, 26. He was a top 10 pick. Every team in the league wanted him, but the Yanks got him. We don't need to put Ryan Weathers in a box for no reason. If he comes out and he's got 3 pitches and he could get both sides, like he could be an impact piece. Like maybe we get the Ryan Weathers Carlos Rodon story later this spring training and how they can learn from each other. Another prospect update and a second previewed article to come from this spring training. It's going to be something along the lines of like, oh, well, Lagrange is stealing all the headlines now. This is the prospect you should be talking about. And it's ERC. Because he is also a legitimate prospect. He doesn't light up the gun as much. He sits like 95, 96, which, again, we like that. But he's also, he pitches. Like, guys are really excited about him. A couple of the beat reporters are like, this is, they watched, I forget if it was Hokey Pokey or Boland, but someone was watching him behind home plate, and they were like, his pitches move.
Yeah, we were watching him from up top, and I put out a video of him striking out Rice on 3 pitches, and you can see it's 3 different pitches. The slider moved a lot. You could tell from up top that it was like, whew. And then I think he went 2-seam hard because I don't know the pitches. Oh yeah, there it is. So I think he opened him up with a slider in, and that really came into Rice. And then I think that's a fastball.
Beat him up.
And then I think he goes like a 2-seam here, and he swings over it.
And it looks, again, we're talking, and spring training mode people, but his His motion looks pretty effortless.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like he's overthrowing. Like, that's very natural.
Yeah.
Prospect people are excited about him. The Yankees are excited about him. The Yankees also have double motive because Carlos Narvaez, former Yankee that they traded for him, half burnt them for like a month and a half last year. But
you know what's nice?
What's
Sorry.
nice? No,
Sorry.
please.
It's nice to have pitching prospects that aren't short, that I actually can get excited about. I mean, we went through a 7-year spell of like Chance Adams, Justice Sheffield, Davy Garcia.
Like every real prospect was.
And there was like, but it was, you could tell that it was not real. As soon as you saw them pitch, you could tell it was not real. Johnny Brito, was he short? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know if he was like 6'5". Like Schlittler is what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Schlittler's, I think, full 6'6".
Yeah. I mean, how tall is
Brito wasn't like a prospect that was hyped up. We just kind of backpedaled in.
Randy Vasquez pitches for San Diego.
That's fun.
It's nice.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Hard
He was
to
the one
see.
with Brito, but he was shorter, right?
I don't. And I want to apologize to the people. I don't have Randy Vasquez's height. I'll look it up. I'll say
Listed
6'2".
flat. So
Okay.
for a
It's
pitcher-
short for a pitcher.
Yeah.
I'm talking for a pitcher.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're short, but like,
What?
yeah, like these pitching prospects. And again, I'm not.
Right.
You're never going to find someone less or more cynical than me about prospects and the fact that they don't pan out, and that's fine. That's normal.
They don't.
But these are some of the first guys that I have like hope for in a while.
Yeah, and Will Warren just constantly overshadowed and had a pretty nice rookie year.
Will Warren and Clark Schmidt, I have a blind spot for their repertoire. It doesn't excite me, but it has proven me wrong over time. So I admit that I get proven wrong, but I don't have I'd just be like, I don't know how to tell.
Clark Schmidt's like throwing.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
say
so
60
they
day
all
to
are.
already.
Because we've had Clark Schmidt as like September maybe.
It's just because he's the third. Rodon, Cole are going to overshadow him at the pitchers you're getting that are not starting the season. Well, Cole is throwing, and don't get too excited because he keeps saying June, and that's the smart thing to have so much depth and people to test out. But they also said he's going to pitch in a Grapefruit League game at the end. So June gives him all of April and all of May. It could be like 8 starts. That's a lot. Usually it's like 4 or 5 starts, but they keep saying we don't want to push it.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to put him on the 60-day IL because if you remember, Monty said he was ready to go, and they were like, no, slow down, Monty. Didi got so mad at them because he was like, I'm ready to play. Hicks, they said no. He went and had a catch and sent them a video of him having a catch. These are position players, so it's different.
Severino got put in timeout.
Severino got put on the 60-day, and he was like, I'm ready. Players always say they're ready, especially Tommy John. And it's just such a big surgery, new thing. I think it's better that the teams kind of put the governor on it. And Cole's smart, I think. But he's saying that. But he's throwing. Like, I didn't expect to see him as active as he is. So I'm kind of telling myself, no.
Right.
Like, June. Let's
35 years old, has a lot of financials tied to him still. I think it'll be interesting because it's the interesting balance of, like, if he looks like Gerrit Cole, if you're just wasting like, if he's throwing 6 innings in minor league games, you start looking around. I think it's going to be more so getting routine, 2 innings, 3 innings. And then the other thing that every pitcher goes through during the season is at some point your elbow gets fatigued because you're doing something super unnatural at an extremely high level. That, like, when that happens with Cole, extra alarms go off. So it'll be interesting to see when or if that happens, like during his rehab process, and how they go about that. But yeah, I mean, again, all these updates are kind of cool.
Yeah, and if they put him on the 60-day, it gets him off at like the end of May.
Yeah, May 24th, I believe, would be the first day eligible. And Cole said when they asked the timeline he's on, he said June-ish.
Yeah, he said his quote was, the target has always been between 14 to 18 months. That's what research says. That's what the comps that we've looked at says, and that's what it's always been. But so I would put him on the 60-day so you don't get too excited. And you can also then say, hey, you can't join the team until June anyway, so let's not have you start minor league games. I think it's weird he's pitching Grapefruit, but whatever.
Yeah, it'll be
There's always setbacks, so you want to maybe start to get that setback out of the way.
it'll be interesting to see the build up. I'll give my other pitching excitement spiel.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Cheers. They are a dual action after alcohol aid. So its ingredients help support your brain and liver after consuming alcohol. All you have to do is take 3 capsules after your last drink or before bed. Cheers has sold over 50 million doses and received over 7,500 4- and 5-star reviews on Amazon. It's backed by doctors, PhDs, and over 1,000 verified clinicians. Is that a word? Did I say it correctly? Who share it with their patients. Same night out, way better morning with Cheers. For a limited time, our listeners are getting 20% off their entire order by using code YANKS at cheershealth.com. Just head to cheershealth.com and use code YANKS for 20% off. After your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them, and you say, Talkin' Yanks podcast.
Please.
Thank you.
And it ties into the bullpen.
Okay.
We kind of forget how electric Bednar really was. He saved the season in August. So, okay, that's great. I've always been on the Camilo Doval thing. He hurt me a little bit at first, but he actually came on. He had a couple nice postseason outings. Also just in the Matt Blake actually getting to work with him and mold him a little bit. There's been 9 closers in the past 4 years that have 100+ saves. 2 of them are Bednar and Doval. So these are guys that have
done it,
really pitched. So I like that.
Doval also did it in the postseason when he was the Giants run. That was big stage against the Dodgers, and he was the story of that.
He's talent matters, and
Yes.
that's where I've always I wasn't gonna name another name. I was gonna name another name.
Okay,
and I'll tell you. I'll mouth it to you.
Oh, okay.
Different talent level.
Yeah.
Camilo Doval, he's elite. If there is a league above Major League Baseball, I think Camilo Doval pitches in that league. So we haven't really gotten that full sampling yet, and he's going to have ups and downs like every reliever.
Yeah.
But I like that. And then, and this all builds up to the Paul Blackburn update. But Jake Bird, throws 97, sinker slider guy, came over from Colorado, beard was too big, arm was burnt out. The nice Brendan Cuddy article. Jake Bird, there should be a certain level of excitement there.
Do you hear can I talk about Jake Bird for a little
Please.
bit? Because it is cool. I think Yankees fans who want their athletes to be Jeter or Cope, that style, this is a tidbit of that.
Right.
Jake Bird talked about how bad he was. He was that was shit. That was bad. When he came over last year. And then he said he went to Matt Blake and said, be as honest as you can with me. Tear me down and build me up.
Unload on me, I think was a quote in the article.
And then, this was a good article from The Athletic and Cuddy. And also, Luke Weaver got 2 mentions.
Nice.
So far.
Nice.
He is the Cinderella of transforming.
He was the worst starting pitcher.
Yep. So it says Bird has a reason for optimism. He spent the full offseason working with the Yankees pitching department and studying Luke Weaver's transformation on YouTube.
The whole offseason or 3
off-season.
hours?
The whole offseason.
Come on.
So they're going to try and change his...
Just watching Luke Weaver getting rocked highlights. Oh, this guy was bad. That's brutal.
But yeah, Boone is excited for him. So maybe Bird, that's cool. That'd be fun. And I think our guy, Beardless Blackburn, I spoiled it.
I saw him in the hallway, walking by myself a little nervous. And I was like, I kind of know who that is, but I didn't know who that was. So I gave him a, hey, how are you? He gave me a friendly one back. I was looking at the number, and again, numbers can be tough. Nice. Quote it. And I was like, I think that's Blackburn. But he kind of looked like Ryan McMahon. He had a clean, had a clean vibe. And it's okay, that's huge. Has an argument for the biggest story from spring training so far. Because that beard was
unkempt.
You can't have that.
And it was supposed to be kempt. And it's ironic that he's a beard guy his whole career, and now he came in clean-shaved. Yeah, I talked to some Yankees workers that were didn't recognize him.
Right.
Remember Brian Bruni did that?
Brian Bruni.
Also lost a ton of weight. But also in Blackburn's write-up, it says the hope is he can replicate the Luke Weaver reclamation arc from 2024. So we might have to ban everyone trying to be the Luke Voigt or the Luke Weaver reclamation project. But I hope that works.
Well, I think that should be if you're going from starter to reliever. Like if you're a reliever, like Jake Bird can't tap into Luke Weaver.
No, I know what they're talking about with Bird, but it's so he's got no beard now. Maybe it's who is the player that always shaves his beard at the start of the season and then doesn't shave it till the end of the season? He's on a different team.
Oh,
but it's like a fun. I actually love it.
Yeah.
It's like when Wetland used to have a brand new hat at the start of the season. He wore the whole hat the whole season. So you get just in like highlights, like that player. Who is that? Can you do a quick Google search on that? Because you could tell where they are in their season.
Right.
Like if you were to look at like a random outing, you'd be like, oh, this must be like August. It's getting big. Oh, this is April. He has no beard.
That frustrates me.
Like here's a John Wetland October picture.
Yeah, I mean, Wetland's hat was awesome.
It's gross. Good. That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what you want come October.
The guy who does it with his beard is current. He's like still in the league, I think.
He's live. Yankees bullpen, I'm just scratching the surface, Jim.
Okay. Who else do you like?
Because it's kind of deceptive if you look at Fangraphs or you'd look at whatever website you would look at, because also a couple of these guys don't have options. But guys that are with the team right now, Yerry De Los Santos, who has one option left, like Yerry. So I want to clarify a couple things here.
Clarification coming.
Guys that can be in the back end of the bullpen and have a really nice stretch for us.
Yeah.
Yerry De Los Santos and what he did last year. Like, again, don't think I'd believe in him in leverage spots. Baseball can change quick, especially at reliever if you look really good. Brett Hedrick, currently listed in our minor leagues.
Yeah.
When we saw Hedrick pitch, we're like, oh, this could be a
still
guy
wants
for
to
us.
say Hedrick, but I'm wrong. It's Hedrick.
Angel Chivili, another Rockies.
Chivili.
You guys both sound gross.
Chivili. It's evil.
touch those
Say it like
L's.
you're an evil guy.
He's 23.
Yeah.
Throws
Years old.
hard. He has an option. Okay. Sneaky one that's not getting talked about. The Yankees signed Rafael Montero. He was like a Tiger setup guy down the stretch for them last year. He went over from Atlanta to Detroit, 22 games, a 2.86 ERA. And like Rafael Montero's pitched in a lot of baseball games. Baseball Savant is still pretty. He's the Matt Blake project. He's super wild. Everything was red except his walks. So if they can do the Matt Blake throw strikes.
Can you count how many velo arms they added that are like maybe they can luck into something, but also there's no pressure? Like that's
what I'm saying.
I think it's 5 guys. If you count Chavi, you count Cade Winquest, you count Montero.
Like, does Bird count or no? We're not doing.
He throws 97 on the sinker.
Well, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
are we counting
Bird,
Hedrick? Because you
Hedrick's-
didn't add
what
him,
does
but
Hedrick
he's
throw?
Optionable.
Hedrick,
He
I feel
throws
like I saw
hard.
97.
That's 5 guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there's even more. Like
I guess Hedrick and
like Dylan Coleman is a former pitched some big major league innings. His velo left. Supposedly it's back. We didn't see him at camp. They have a lot of those. They have a very juicy crop of those guys that could be like the exciting 6th inning guy for a stretch of the season.
Yeah.
And I didn't fully see that because they're currently not listed with the team.
Yeah,
Because it's Blackburn and Yarbrough.
It's basically Matt Blake has like a making of the band. Like he's got like early auditions for American Idol. I wonder if he can just see the future and be like, nah, this kid don't got it.
Well, and that's
that's how it works. I mean,
I still don't have
trying
this.
out for a team works.
I still don't have this figured out. So I think we've seen the Yankees do this, and I think this has happened to all of baseball, and even the Dodgers last year was kind of their Achilles heel. But bullpens going into the postseason, because it's like the most random unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most random time of the sport, quote unquote. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Yankees navigate this year, and it's almost like, I know you've talked about this, but like Fernando Cruz, it's almost like I wish we could all right, it's October.
Yeah.
Come in.
Yeah.
Strike everybody out.
I have 2 more things to say on the pitching.
Okay.
1, to defend Ryan Weathers from me.
Nice.
Okay, because I was saying he's scaring me, pumping it too hard too early. He did have quotes about this, and he said that he is already, because he's injury prone. So that's even more worry. But he's taking a new approach with the Yankees training staff and working with the foam roller, doing lat hangs, and prioritizing prep work between starts. Also, when asked about, the velo, and he said no, I feel good. My delivery's locked in. I feel really good. He said, solid prep work is probably what I've lacked in the past. I finally now have that dialed in. So, Miami, why aren't you doing these basic things?
I have a point before you get to your second point.
Yeah.
And it's something we've drove home a lot. But I was laughing this morning. Thinking, how the Yankees, the bullpen projects, they have a pretty good history at this point. It's what we should trust them the most. The Clay Holmes trade made me laugh this morning. And that's where, Cashman and the Yankees do deserve the most love. Clay Holmes is the Mets' second starter right now.
Yeah.
And we traded him for a non-prospect.
Yeah. They also...
two non-prospects.
They picked up Weaver, then they signed him, then they fixed him, and the Mets grabbed him. Right?
Easy.
They got Devin, realized he's broken. Mets got him. Rude,
and Ben Rortvedt, the Met.
Steven Ridings ever played for the Mets?
They signed him. They signed him at one point. Don't think he got in.
Just trying to take all our ghosts.
Where you at, Steven Ridings?
He was on the internet at some point interacting with us.
Yeah.
2 more topics I have for you.
I thought you had one more pitching topic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No updates that I've seen or heard at all anywhere on Luis Gil.
Interesting.
I've read everything about every other pitcher. Weird, right? Have you guys seen anything or heard anything about Gil?
I saw that in bullpen. This was before we got there. In bullpens, it looked like his velo was back, but that was
okay. I missed that.
That's just in a bullpen and a tweet.
So I saw him in one of the Yankees social media videos getting a Valentine's Day bag.
Okay,
that's what I have. I was going to use that same argument on Cade Winquist.
I heard.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Boone talked about him in one of the interviews I watched. I mean, the last I heard about Gil was Boone had him in the starting rotation before he went to camp. And he should still be in the starting rotation.
Yeah, he's listed there.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything recently. So that's upcoming next. We need an update on Luis Gil. Okay. Maybe I have blinders on. I saw a lot of pictures in the spy cam from the beat reporters.
Right.
Yeah.
Will Juan.
We saw Will. Okay. ABS Challenge or Goldie and Ben Rice love ship blossoming. What are you interested in to round it out?
I don't know. I'm kind of good with the Goldie Ben Rice stuff. I feel like that's...
Did you read the article about them?
Read through it, yeah.
Rice's quotes are that of an adoring nephew.
That's who Ben Rice is.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I'm not surprised.
No, I just think if you haven't heard them as a listener, you'd probably want to hear the relationship, because Rice is I ask him so many questions. He's like, dude, say what you want, please. Even if it's something you think I might know, I might not. So no matter how simple it sounds in your head, anything you say to me is just gold. No pun intended. So they're just having a great time.
That pun was intended.
Whatever. And then Goldie had a fun line where he's like, he has the potential to be really good, if not great. I don't know much about catching, but at first base, I think he's got all the physical and mental skills to do it. So, but no one's going to ask.
That's how to really get to sink my teeth into that, Goldie would have to learn how to catch.
Yes, it's figured out.
I
think Goldie could know some stuff about catching.
Wait, we need a righty hitting catcher? And then everyone turns to Paul Goldschmidt? Wait, the old man's going to get back there?
This says that Boone said something along the lines of Rice has earned a chance to get more than 530 plate appearances last year. I don't know if that's the exact quote or they're paraphrasing full season or something.
Yeah.
But Boone, it was like Kirshner's article was like, this is like the top 3 thing from the day one of camp, was they made it clear. Rice is even going to face lefties he's going to get majority of time at first base. That is the plan going into
Right.
the season. Obviously, things change. But it was cool to hear how much he loves Goldie. Because Goldie doesn't talk a lot. But he
Right.
said when he does, he's very direct and maintains good eye contact. That's what they said.
Yeah, I
was like,
can't.
this is good stuff.
I can't get Goldie's. I think So it was interesting because we had the DJ to Goldie that we were like, oh, these are going to be like almost the mute old men.
Yeah.
Kind of just staring at each other, nodding. Goldie has like a dude's personality, I think. He hides it a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's popped up. I've been watching a lot of the Yankees social media videos to kind of scout.
Yeah.
That's my scouting area.
Okay.
And Goldie, I think it was his Valentine's Day one. Again, he hits like 2 notes that you wouldn't expect him to hit.
What'd he say?
No idea. Bad
All right,
scout.
see if you can find that.
Bad scout.
ABS challenge system also.
I like this.
Also something the fans should know. Boone and Judge both said they talked to the team and basically are like, we're not going to save them. That was the two, like, how are you going to utilize them? And they're like, tell you one thing, we're not going to save them. Because
We're going to be aggressive.
We're going to be aggressive because the data says that 30% of minor league games, they end up not using the challenges because they save them for later and then it never happens. So they're going to try and say, we're going to grab ours when we can with stipulations. And I also think they're going to find it as they go.
And I think this also partially ties into my theory that the Yankees are going to get examples of everyone failing, so then they can make their rules and guys don't have an argument.
We'll see, because like there's going to be guys that you shouldn't. There's going to be times
They don't
you
care about
shouldn't.
the first half of the season.
Yeah, that's true. Boone Judge said, do it all the time in camp. Like, figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
don't act like this isn't a nuisance or annoyance and play the martyr. You know, kind of like Facebook changes back in the day. People would boycott them.
Oh
there'd be
my
like
God.
there'd be like pages that are like petition to go back to 2006
I just want
Facebook.
to play Jetman.
And then there was people that were like just learning the adapting immediately, and then they thrived on the 2007 Facebook while everyone else suffered.
I think where
Boone
we
said everyone currently has the freedom of challenge. The catcher is probably my top choice, who I feel the most comfortable. Then the hitter, followed by the pitcher. I don't think pitchers should challenge. I agree with what Chris Sale was saying. They get tricked by the catcher. Their head's moving a lot.
right. And they're rooting for themselves.
The
Big time.
The pitcher almost needs an immediate signal to the catcher that doesn't cue the umpire. Like if you touch your head, that cues the umpire.
Right.
So the pitcher, I would say,
Like slam their glove or
like
something.
the cheek, and then the catcher can override him or say, okay.
I think they might be onto that.
Well, it doesn't matter. The umpire can know this.
The umpire can
Well,
know
it's
he's
gotta be
telling the
instant, right?
catcher.
3 seconds, I think.
I thought it had to be like.
I think that's within it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes the umpire has a delayed call.
Right. It's a very interesting baseball area that I think it's going to, I don't know if you can relay it because that's supposed to be the whole point. Like a player has to decide. So I
Yeah.
don't think one player could tell another player.
Well, just the pitcher, maybe just wide-eyed. Look,
Well, he has the ability to call it.
Like
That's
that
what I'm
kind-
saying. I think they're going to see a lot of that.
if I was running a team, I'd tell pitchers they can't call it. The catcher knows. He has the same view
It's
as
the best view.
and he's tricking people. Judge said that he said, like, I'm excited for Stanton because he got so many calls away from him. I'm like, are you talking about yourself but using Stanton instead?
Yes.
It seemed like you were talking about yourself and you just plugged his name in.
It's classic.
Didn't want to say you're excited for yourself, so.
I might have
Other tall guy who has the same problem.
yeah.
Shout out.
Stanton gets all these low and outside calls against him. BBD, there's a video that could be a potential good ending. Okay, well, hey,
I have the video you just referenced. And
something
yeah,
just got
Goldie was
something
funny.
also just got sent in social typos and tips that might be a good or horrendous ending. But here's the Yankees.
Of course. Awesome.
Yankees Valentine's Day social video.
Valentine's Day. It's such a great holiday.
Don't watch this,
Ooh,
Bert.
cat toy. I like that. I appreciate it. Cat's
Thanks for
gonna
the
love
socks.
Oh, it has a picture
Show
of
me
me.
the cat. Oh my god.
Picture of me.
Ooh, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You drive me crazy.
Before he even knew what it was. He's a nice guy.
Your future's bright.
Wow. Look at me, the pigtails. All right.
Clark's
what do we do with this?
What do we do with this?
Room because you have a nice sweeper.
Thank you so much. What an honor. All right, sure. Awesome. Thank you.
Match your tattoo. West.
Louis Seal. Good pick.
Oh, we'll traffic con for you.
Thank you.
I think I saw you hit a curb when you were reversing your car the other day.
They put me in a worse spot.
That's awesome.
I think they cut back to him.
Wells' truck is in front of me. Well, I'm not going to hit his car. I took bird spots. Oh my God, look at his face. I love it. Thank you.
Can you show the Goldie?
Top row for Oliver.
I like this one.
Hood on, one sleeve.
Jazz is electric.
For you. Yeah.
It's Hampton.
Wow, that's so cute. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, this is. We saw them 5 seconds after
Can you
this.
do a kickflip?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it. Oh.
Paw Patrol bud.
There we go. There we go.
All right, so Goldie one
Happy
more time.
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. Closest
What
thing
did he
you
say?
find to a
Yeah,
bear.
sure. All right.
Of course.
Thank you.
Valentine's Day. It's such a great holiday. Ooh, cat toy.
Such a great holiday.
Is that what Rice said? This is such a great holiday.
That was Cam.
I like that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cats
Thanks for
gonna
the
love
socks.
They're a good friend
It's a picture
combo.
of the cat.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Still
You
pushing
drive
me
me
as car
crazy.
driving thing.
Your future's bright.
Credit to the team. They really thought all this out.
Look at me, the pigtails.
What do I do with this?
All right. What do we do with this? I gotta try it on. Okay.
Room because you have a nice sweeper.
Thank you so much. What an honor. All right, sure. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, sure. Awesome. It's good. That's good. I have for people that want to know when they can watch games, it's this Friday.
Oh, wow.
But it's on the app,
Ah.
the GTHM
How
app.
they get you.
The first one on Yes is Saturday. So this weekend there's games. You can watch all of them, and all the February games you're going to see a lot of Judge. 4 out of 5 he's playing.
Four
Goldie.
or 5 of the first 9, and then
Yeah.
before he leaves for
About
WBC. And at least the first 9 are available to you to watch before we
Yeah.
started getting into some that some of them you can't watch them.
Well, they have 5 home games. So Judge is those are going to be the WBC rosters, the home games. I'm guessing you're going to get Rosario at third, Caballero at short. You're going to get Jazz at second. You're going to get Goldie at first. You're going to get Judge in the outfield.
You know what?
And Wells behind the dish. That's like a nice squad to tune into.
You're probably right. I remember last year we expected a little more of that. And I think they have it like more individually fine-tuned for like matchups and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like the close Florida places.
The only close place they play is Toronto, February 24th.
Toronto.
Minnesota's not close. Philly's kind of close, but that's March 1st. They're gone then.
All right.
So, and then Pittsburgh's not close. Baltimore's not close. So it's just Toronto that's close.
This was the scary. Jolly sent this in Slack. It's Luke Weaver
Just
on the
came in.
Mets.
Just came in. I haven't seen this yet.
What do we think?
I'm going to strongly agree with you right now.
Okay. I see what Luke did there. Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I strongly agree with you right now.
Did you see the ball? Signed it with a Yankees number.
Did see that. It happened quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Happened quick.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the same number on the Mets. I don't know. I'm not.
It is, it is.
I'm not keeping track.
Oh, he's even copying his number?
Wow. So much.
This is
Gotta let all those guys
crazy.
get their Yankee numbers.
This is crazy.
I miss you,
I think
Luke.
that's true.
All right.
Yes is broadcasting a decent amount because they got a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first 9, every February game you can watch at least on the app.
And I would guess someone's going to pick up the scrimmage against Panama.
For
WBC promo, but just currently not announced.
Yeah, 4 on cable this Saturday at 1 p.m. Tune in.
It's exciting.
That is. All right, if something big happens, we'll be back on Thursday. If not, we'll see you next week. Enjoy our vlog and be ready to watch the Talkin' Yanks annual spring training invitational.
Crazy.
2026. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Pablo Lopez out. Not us.
Boom, boom.